Questions? John Hale, start us off.
Oscar, just what's been the mood in the locker room among you guys since that game at Tennessee? Everything was going so well for so long. To have a hiccup, how have you kind of refocused since then?
We've been we had a talk with the coach and everybody. There is not time for us to keep thinking on whatever happened. It is time to just come back. Like we had a good practice yesterday, and we're gonna have another good practice today. So time to move on. Time to say whatever we think. We just gotta get better and know that it's not gonna be easy. It's always gonna get harder and harder. So we stay positive and we trust in each other. We stay together like we always been, and just getting ready for Alabama tomorrow.
Jerry Tipton?
Yeah, I hope I can ask too. Oscar, how do you think your game has evolved over this season?
My game has been good. I gotta work on some stuff. You never like always. You need to work on some stuff. Keep getting better. Like gotta get more better in defense. Like we had a good talk with coach. Um, the team we gotta do better too. We gotta stop people. We've been good. Like I'm just say we gotta stay focused. Sometimes when you go, you think like you beat some people, and you start think like you better than everybody. No, I think like we gotta just think like it's gonna be a war because when you go out there and beat people, everybody gonna say they're gonna come at you. They're gonna be like, no, we're not losing to them. We gotta fight. So we gotta keep fighting. There's not a limit for us of walking. We're gonna keep walking and keep climbing. One thing I would say, we got a good team. We got to put a good team. We love each other. We care. We want to accomplish the same goal. So we are good. We ready. Like I'm just cannot wait. Like Alabama, I gotta be ready for the rest of this the games. Right now, we know it's not gonna be easy. If we don't play, we know what the result is gonna come. We gotta go out there and play the basketball to win the game.
How much do you think you need to work on your perimeter defense? Is that a focus for you?
It is a focus right now. It's a focus, and I gotta be work. I've been in gym working on my perimeter defense and finishing strong. Sometimes you fall asleep in some stuff, but like this is a moment in a year. You cannot fall asleep. You gotta be awake. You gotta be ready to go all the time. So I'm working on my stuff, and tomorrow I think I will do better than what I did in Tennessee.
Gary Graves?
Oscar, how have you adapted to the physical play? I mean, how have you had to kind of change and tailor your approach to that? And how patient do you feel like you are when when guys are kind of leaning on you and and trying to hit you?
Um, just for me is to get used to do that, like with the people like that. Like people gonna come at you. People gonna try to get in your head. Just ignore them. Stay physical. Play hard, like I'm always play, and and not let anything affect me in the game because they know the only way we can get Oscar out is to try to piss him off, to try to make him to do something in the game. They can take him out. But like I'm used to that. I play physical. I love when somebody's so physical with me. That's my game. But I am good. I'm ready for anything. I just gotta get better on the defense. I'm pretty sure I'll be good tomorrow and I'll be good for the rest of the games because I have to do better to help my team. I cannot hurt my team no more.
Mitch Brown?
Oscar, from the last time you guys saw Alabama, what do you think has changed? What have you seen from them that they maybe improved on or kind of changed since you guys last played them?
One thing I'm gonna say, they're gonna come. They're gonna come here ready to play. They're not gonna come here say like, yeah, just because Kentucky beat us, let's go again. Like let's just let them beat us again. No, they coming trying to do revenge. Tennessee. I told my teammate, I say, if we think we too good for everybody, we are fooling ourselves. We gotta play this game of basketball. If you really wanna win the game, you gotta fight. Like a fight. I'm gonna say like Tennessee, they really fight. They really fight. We have to keep fighting like we have been in a season, and if we keep fighting like that, we're gonna finish a game. We're gonna finish the season pretty good, and the season is away at the end. But we just gotta keep finishing. Finish it. I tell them, let's finish it. Let's finish it. And they understand we're gonna finish this thing good. We're not just gonna let the rope go. No, we good. We're gonna finish it good.
Dick Gabriel?
Oscar, compared to some of the games earlier in the year,
Mhm.
when you got in foul trouble, it seems like you have improved in avoiding fouls and getting into that kind of trouble. Is that something you consciously worked on, and how do you do that? What have you done to improve in that area?
I work on it's something I work with the coaches. We watch a film all the time. Like Coach Calipari told me, when somebody score, it's not a touchdown. Instead of like you getting fouled and the coach you sit on the bench, you're hurting your team. Sometimes you just gotta do something. Don't get a cheap foul. So first half I play defense, good defense, but it's something we work on there all the time. So that's why I'm pretty confident. Even my defense, I can play good defense. We watch a film. I see myself like I was really standing up too much. Gotta be waiting, go sit down and play defense. Like I'll be ready too. And I've been working with the coaches, so I'll be ready.
Jerry, back to you.
Yeah, Oscar, Alabama's big guy, Charles Bediako, is coming on. He seems to be more productive lately. What do you remember about playing against him the first time, and what challenge do you think he presents?
He's good. He can play. He's catchy a lob, and he can play. But like one thing I must say, I just gotta be ready to go. I respect everybody we go against, but I don't fear nobody. I just say like I respect you. Everybody in Division 1 basketball, they did not get to the Division 1 if you can play basketball. They can play. You gotta respect people, but do not fear them. But like you just gotta be ready to go. You gotta be ready to go. For me, I gotta be ready to go. But can I just say, yeah, I'm gonna just dominate and do this? No, you gotta say your mindset is gotta be like, I'm ready to go. I'm good. This is the time I gotta go out there and just fight. Fight. When you fight, you're gonna bring a lot of good things. You're gonna help your team. You're gonna change a lot of different things.
Thanks.
If there's no more questions for Oscar, we'll let him go, and we'll have Davion Mintz in here momentarily. You're up.
Hey, Davion. After the Tennessee game, Jacob Toppin said that this game was kind of a wake-up call for you guys. Do you think you all needed a wake-up call? And what's the mindset been in practice this week?
Yeah, we did. I wish it could have been a practice wake-up call, but I mean, it happened in the game, but it happened. And like Jacob said, he was super positive. We still have a really great team, and we're just going to keep pushing. It's better to happen now than March, so.
John Hale?
Hey, yeah, what have you seen from guys like Bryce and Dante recently in practice, just in case they need to step up a little bit if Ty or whoever's not available at 100%?
They actually both of them had a really good practice yesterday. Outside of everything, I've seen them been very supportive teammates. Bryce, super positive, has a great attitude coming in every day, and he's just working hard. And Dante, I talk to him all the time, just checking on his mind and seeing where he's at. He's been super supportive of me and all of the other guards, and he's just waiting on his moment again. He felt like he didn't really perform as well when he got his opportunity, so he's just really hoping he gets another one and staying patient and, just continuing to work hard.
Jerry?
Yeah, Davion, you said, maybe you guys needed a wake-up call. Why? Why do you think you guys needed it?
We were on a really good stretch. We probably started to smell ourselves a little bit, and you around this time you want to expose yourself, find things to get better at, and fine tune before March comes. Like I said, you can't take anything away from it. We wanted to win that game. We didn't really play as well. Everyone saw the game, but at the end of the day, we fought, and it happens that way. Tennessee was a great environment. It was crazy in there. They deserved to win that game. They fought. They came out and hit us in the mouth early. So it is what it is. We just got to get better and learn from it.
And I also wanted to ask you, I saw when you made the all-district academic team. I wondered, what that meant to you.
That means a lot to me and in my family as well. I'm a student athlete. I work hard in the classroom as well. And that just inspires other kids and other people saying, hey, this kid plays at a high level. And he's still studied and locked in on the classroom. So, that means a lot.
Thanks.
Go ahead, Zach.
Hey, Davion, Cal's talked about the physicality of the game and kind of how you all have been getting roughed up a little bit more, and maybe other teams are getting away with some calls. Just how are you all dealing with that? And Cal even mentioned that probably won't continue into the NCAA tournament. So is it frustrating at all for you all having to deal with that? Just how are you responding to it?
Yeah, it can definitely be frustrating. That's not just Coach Cal's opinion. That's analytics prove that we don't have any home court advantage, and on the road we're not getting any calls as well. So at the end of the day, that's just something that you have to play through playing for a school like this, and we just have to know what we're going into every time we go out to play. But we have to be physical as well, going into games knowing that we can't help that. We have to play and fight through that. But like Coach Cal says, he continues to prepare us through practice and warn us and prepare us for situations like that.
Go ahead, Keith.
Yeah, just coming into another game where there's another team looking for some revenge. Just, what can you take from that Tennessee game as you get ready to face Alabama?
Yeah, Alabama's a great team. They're capable of beating us. We played very bad at their arena. We didn't shoot the ball well, but at the end of the day, we got out with a win. So just knowing that that's going to be another physical game, learning and bouncing back. And they're coming into a great environment as well. We need all our fans there supporting us, and everyone showing up for us on Saturday because it's an early game. We need a lot of momentum and energy in there. So, it'll be a great game. We're looking forward to it. But like I said, if they can make threes and get offensive rebounds, they're going to make it tough for us for sure. So we just got to play hard.
And I'm just curious, are the players, like fans, do you start thinking towards March? I know there's 5 games left. Do you start thinking all right, positioning, seeding, that kind of thing? Too soon?
One game at a time. We're going to be all right.
Questions for Davion? Go ahead, Jerry.
Yeah, Davion, I hope you can elaborate a little on, you guys don't get any calls. What sort of, what kind of calls are you not getting, you should get? What kind of calls are the other team getting they shouldn't get?
Well, at the end of the day, everyone is watching the games. I mean, I can't say anything further than that. But if you're watching the game, you're seeing what's happening. But we just, like I said, we want to go out there and compete regardless of what calls are made for us or whatnot. It's our job to go out there and play ball, make shots, get stops. So just control what we can
Well,
control.
Let me follow, ask you, how, with the way the game's officiating, what was it like playing for Creighton versus playing for Kentucky?
I don't vividly remember all of my days at Creighton. I'm so locked in on what's going on right here in this present moment. But yeah, like I said, the environment there was nice though. It was very similar to here. A lot of fans showed up. It was big time arenas. So it was a lot of fun.
Thanks.
Yeah, thank you.
Any other questions for Davion? If not, we will let him go and have Coach Calipari straight to questions. Daryl, start us off.
Yeah, John, I know you were talking about resting players who are injured and that March is most important. It seems to create a little bit of a dilemma. Do you shrink the rotation, try to win as many games to protect your seed, or do you play more guys to keep fresh legs and maybe you lose some games and you hurt your seeding a little?
Well, the first thing has to be about the players, Daryl. If they need to sit, they need to sit, and then I'll figure it out. It's not resting them. It's that they're not capable of playing at 100%. And why would you do that? To win one more game, to improve your seeding? Well, it's about them. And so the decision was not with Ty. My gut said don't play him because, he didn't seem right. And at halftime when I grabbed him, I said, why don't you sit out? Are you okay? I said, listen, if I see you limping at all, I'm taking you out, and that's it. So, these kids want to play so bad. So there are times that as a coach, you got to make that decision that's in their best interest for them. Sometimes you got to. And then it's next man up. What if we get in the NCAA tournament and there's, fouls called or a kid turns an ankle or something happens and he's out? What do you just say? Okay, it's done. It's every kid's responsibility to be ready for their opportunity. If they haven't been doing what they're supposed to in practice, if they're listening to everybody tell them it's everybody else and you just haven't played enough and I'm not playing, then you get your chance to play and you fail. You can't, well, they can. I call it delusional. They can blame anybody else, but they're in a position because of that. I think we have a full roster of guys that have practiced. I told you last game, Dante and Bryce, it wasn't fair why I didn't get mad. I haven't played them in a lot of games, but now, all right, you got a chance and you got to help our team win. And so we'll see. I don't know. Haven't been in practice yet, so we could be a couple down, 2 or 3 down. I don't know yet.
John Hale?
Cal, the committee's doing their early bracket reveal tomorrow. How do you think they should evaluate your team because you've had these health issues in so many of these games you've lost?
I don't know. I'm not even thinking about it. What you just said, John, I didn't even know what's going on tomorrow. I mean, we're established who we are. Everybody knows who we are. We got to get healthy and be that team. We got time to get everybody right. Yesterday, we practiced live. We went at each other, and I'll be honest with you, some of today I'm going to go live because some guys are going to end up having to play, and I don't want to hear, when you get your chance, you prove you should be playing more. Davion did it last time. Bryce is going to have opportunities, I believe, unless something plays different. I don't know. But the hardest position to be in is those guys. You don't know if you're going to play enough or at all, but you got to be ready. Hard position. If you know you're playing, you get yourself mentally ready. How about getting yourself mentally ready if you're not playing a whole lot? But, however they do this right now doesn't matter. I mean, at the end of the day, we still have a lot of time left. My concern right now is, all right, we got to get healthy here. Let's see how we do that.
Kyle Tucker?
Hey, Cal, I wonder if you learned anything about Ty and just the fact that he wanted to go when he maybe wasn't right, and also people were kind of dissecting body language on the bench. I took it as he was probably upset that he couldn't be out there with his guys, but just what did you see in general and what he tried to do?
Well, he wanted to play, wanted to help his team win. It's hard to do that at 75, 80%. You can't. When you watch what we did, we started the game the way we wanted to start, and I liked where it was going. But his fight to want to win, it's how he plays. He's not worried about stats and, you got to do this and you got to do that. He doesn't listen to it. He shuts his phone off. The guys that listen have the weight of the world on him. You got the weight of the world on you. Blame it on whoever you want to blame it on, but he doesn't do that. And, but again, I've got to protect him at times from himself. And his body language, he was mad it happened, not mad at anything else. He knew he couldn't go in because I wasn't going to let him back in. Yeah, he's a great kid. I mean, every day I walk in practice, I leave feeling really good because I'm able to coach. No one's delusional. Everybody knows they're getting coached from top to bottom. We're challenging them. They're challenging each other. We got a veteran group that gets it. There's ups and downs of this stuff. There's injuries. There's other things that play a part in this. Got to play through them. But I would tell you, we've been pretty consistent all year in what we've done, and it's been a steady climb. And if we had both guards out, you all know we're not the same team. But if anybody else has a couple of their best players out, they're not going to be the same team.
John Wong?
John, you guys were playing so well before the Tennessee game, and you always talk about coaching for March. Do you think there's such a thing as a team peaking too early? And what would you do to try to avoid that? How do you sequence that?
Well, it's not peaking too early. It's okay. Do we have to do this a little bit different to get us moving? And again, I watched the beginning of that game, and I was happy with how the game started, and we were in pretty good shape. And then there was a 10-minute stretch. The second half, we guarded better. So it wasn't like they haven't lost in the building, and they're really good. They're a top 10 team. You lose by whatever it was, 15, 13, 12, whatever it was. And your best guard is not playing. So, no, we practice. Maybe I tweak some things in practice. Maybe I tweak the offense a little bit. But I still have one of those teams, and I say it. We got one of those teams. Let's go. Let's get to the end and see what happens.
John Clay?
John, I know it was only 2 weeks ago that you played Alabama, but are they much different now than they were when you played them down in Tuscaloosa?
Well, they're still going to take 33-point shots. They're a better team because they've got some good wins under their belt. They beat Arkansas. They beat Mississippi State. And they played and fought, and they rebounded. They offensive rebound because there's a lot of long rebounds. And you better guard the three. And even if you guard it, they may make them. So if you're playing a team that shoots 33s and are willing to do that, you have to accept, even if you guard it, they may make 21 night. Then you tap them on the butt and say, we guarded. They were over hands, that we had two hands, we had run-throughs, and they made them. And you move on. But they're a top 25 team, doing good stuff. And, we're going to have to play well.
Daryl Bird, back to you.
Yeah, John, you guys beat the daylights out of Tennessee with a crazy atmosphere at Rupp Arena. They kind of returned the favor. The atmosphere was nuts in Knoxville. It was nuts in Auburn. You get that little extra energy boost. Where do you get that when you get to March, when it's more closer alive to a neutral court? Where does the energy come from?
Well, what happens is, as you know, I like playing neutral court games to prepare you for the NCAA tournament. And we've had a few of those. But the biggest thing is we have to be ready every game. And in that tournament, and you can't be afraid, you have to be humble yet hungry. You can't fear anybody. And we face that over and over and over. When we get in March, we're used to it. We've played against every kind of team. This team played a box and one the other night. May do that against us. Good. What would we do if someone did that to us? So, it's the season prepares us for March. Now, we played 6 of our last 9 games on the road. 6 of our last 9. And we were like unpacking. I mean, the stuff was crazy. And we survived it. But it doesn't get any easier. Our last games, 4 of them are in the top 5 in our league. Now, I don't know of anybody's schedule because I haven't looked at it, but I would doubt that anybody had this kind of schedule left. So we have Murder's Row coming up and going to have to play well. They're all games that are going to be really, really hard to win.
Aaron, go ahead.
John, outside of Oscar talked about working on his perimeter defense. Did you see something outside of size that happened against Tennessee that allowed them to score on him a little? And what are some of the things he needs to adjust?
He didn't take pride in it. And I told him and I showed him and the team saw it. I mean, you wanted someone to help. You never got down in the stance. You never moved your feet. You never stayed in front. You just let him do whatever he wanted to do. Take pride in it. I want Oscar to start again playing like he has something to prove. Play like you have something to prove. Total desperation, whether it be offense, defense, rebounding, running the floor, and then sub yourself. Sub yourself when you're not ready. But he takes it. I mean, I was on him. He responds to it. Never, not a word. You know, and I like the fact on this team, our best players can be coached and be coached hard. Coaching hard means you're telling the truth. You keep it real. And all players said, Coach, I want you to keep it real. Just not with me, with everybody else. Keep it real. And keeping it real doesn't mean you're cussing, kicking, punching. You're looking right at their eyes and telling them the truth. Their legs start moving, their eyes start moving, and yeah, you're getting coached. Someone may watch. If they know you care enough about them, they're fine. I'm Italian. I'll scream and yell sometimes. I've had players scream and yell at me. I don't throw them out and go crazy. I'm like, shoot, I'm screaming and yelling. They're screaming and yelling. Let's just try to win this game. So, you know, we're holding them all accountable. But I'll say this, what a great group of guys to coach. And I don't know how we're going to finish the regular season. I don't know because of the schedule, because of it. I don't know. But I'll tell you, going into March, this is a team I want to coach. Let's go. Let's line it up. Let's throw it up. And let's go.
We'll take 2 more, Jerry and then Kyle.
John, earlier, Davion said you guys needed a wake-up call, and he saw value in the Tennessee game in that way. How does that strike you?
I hope he's right. You know, maybe I needed a wake-up call because not only did they get outplayed, I got outcoached. Kind of knew what he would do. I told Tom, I said, Tom, they're going to grind it. They're going to run if they can and try to get a layup, and then they're going to grind it, and they're going to screen and knock people down on every screen. Move, hit, and they did. And they moved the ball, and they created a shot for each other, and they made shots. I watched the tape. We had a bunch of open shots, and we missed. Just missed them. Well, in those kind of games, you got to make shots. You got to have the courage to stand up there. I'm going to make a shot and want to be that guy shooting the ball. Early in the game, man, it was a machine. Here we come, both defensively and offensively. I like what I saw. And then it kind of went away. Now, whether it was we needed a wake-up call, as some of the guys would say, or they were just better than us on that night.
Finish us off, Kyle.
Yeah, Cal, you were answered a lot of this about Oscar, I think, in your earlier answer. But on the offensive end, at times he has struggled with length, with some guys that kind of tower over him. What's your overriding message when he's facing somebody like that in terms of trying to score? He's had some rough finishes.
Well, most of it, Kyle, is that he has too much respect for the other guy. And when he doesn't, like the 6'10", 6'11" guy that he does not, he's played against him. I know I'm better than him. All of a sudden he pivots, he ball fakes, he pivots, and all of a sudden, and then if it's a guy he didn't play against, like, why are you respecting this guy? He's not as good as you. Like, it's almost like you think he's better than he thinks he is. So some of it's him. Other times, you know, you got guys that are physically, that's getting them more than anything. When there's supposed to be airspace above you. So if a guy goes like this over top of you, he's in your airspace. That's a foul. Those plays bother him. You may say, well, that guy's too big. He can't be over top of him like that. You can't go like that when he goes to shoot. That is a foul, or it is in the rule book. And so that gets him more than a 7-footer or a 6'11". I mean, if he knows, look, I can score on this guy, he goes and scores.